So quiet. Stop looking at me. Don't look at me. Hi, I'm Sue Lee. I am a food stylist, recipe developer. I'm here to show you how to make my Neapolitan checkerboard cookies. This Neapolitan checkerboard cookie is inspired by this cake that I used to have when I was a kid. I would get them from these Western style bakeries in Taiwan. I love the colors and I love the shape of them so much, and I wanted to make them into a cookie form for you today. So what are Neapolitan flavors? They are vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. You're gonna end up with a really, really cute cookie that looks like a cozy sweater because it has just like soft, warm colors, and they're gonna form a beautiful gingham pattern. First, we're gonna make the vanilla dough. You're gonna make each dough separately. I made it so that you don't have to wash your tools in between each dough so that there's one less step for you to do. So you want your butter to be at room temperature. This is key. You want the butter to be able to hold an indent from your finger, and then that will be the perfect room temperature butter. And sugar. Go ahead and just mix this on medium until it's fluffy. Be patient. Usually I'm not very patient, so I start to I stand here and I stare at the bowl. I suggest you walk away. I want to walk away. Can I just walk away? Okay. Bye-bye. Now we're gonna add the egg yolk and the vanilla. But first I'm gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl. I'm gonna ask you to reserve your egg whites for the assembly of the dough. It acts as a glue so that the pieces don't break off or expand too much. You don't need to mix the egg for that long. It's all good as long as it's fully combined. Again, scrape down the sides. You should actually whisk together your salt and flour and combine them properly. Now let's add the flour and salt mixture. And I like to do this, which is I cover the mixer so that you don't get flour everywhere when you do the first burst of the mix. Okay. You don't need to mix the dough for very long. You just need to mix it just enough so that the dough sort of comes together. And you don't want to mix the cookie dough for very long also because it makes it really tight and not as crumbly when you bite into it. Put a big piece of plastic wrap down on your work surface first. If you don't have something this large, you can roll out a regular home-sized plastic wrap and make a T shape, which is what I did at home when I made this recipe. Don't stress about making it super exact. The whole point is that you can cut this into the perfect 5x10 piece. The most important part is I would just love it if you made it into a 1/2-inch thick patty. That's the key, okay? Now you're gonna use a rolling pin to make sure to roll the dough together. And see how the plastic wrap has contained the dough in the correct measurement. The plastic wrap is a very helpful tool because it helps you, it makes the dough less intimidating. You know, it contains all the crumbs in the dough, and then you make a perfect block and it makes you feel like you've accomplished something nice. Let's do another measurement just to make sure. So we are at 10 inches, perfect. 5 1/4, not so much, but that's okay. We're gonna trim that. Okay, see, here we go, ready to go. Let's put it in the fridge, let it chill, and then when you're ready to assemble, we will take it out. So now let's make the strawberry dough. We're gonna use freeze-dried strawberries because 1, it's a natural flavor, and 2, it has a very concentrated flavor and can stand up well next to the chocolate flavor. And then once you pulse it, you can get, it's sort of like a flour consistency. Making the strawberry dough is really the same method as the vanilla dough. The only addition is that you're going to add pulverized freeze-dried strawberries. Now we're gonna make the chocolate dough. This time, you're going to just incorporate cocoa powder into your flour. We're gonna do this all over again. I notice what I'm doing here. I'm feeling very impatient, so I'm increasing the speed, and it doesn't make a difference. Just do it on low. As I'm making both the strawberry and the chocolate doughs, I'm noticing that the doughs feel a little drier. Don't be afraid if your dough is more moist or drier than this. It just depends on the temperature of your room, so don't worry, it'll still come together. So here we go. I have the chilled doughs ready to go. They were made a couple days ago. You do want them to be properly hydrated. I prefer to rest them for 24 hours. But if you say like you made it in the morning, you want to assemble them at night, totally fine. I need you to have 9 half-inch strips, and this measures to be a 5-inch piece. So know that you'll have about roughly like a 1/4 inch trim left over from each side. It's important for you to have a little trim because I want you to have perfectly straight edges. Now you take the ruler and you make 1/2-inch tick marks on the top and on the bottom so that they match up, and these will be your final strips. Measure the tick mark on top and the tick mark on the bottom, and then you just run your knife along it. I actually find this part very satisfying because I really like looking at the perfect strips of dough. It looks so neat. Slide these strips not so gracefully onto this. One strip just broke, it's okay. You can put it back together, it's not a big deal. Now work on the other strips. During these moments when it's quiet, do you guys add music? Like stock music? This piece broke, don't worry. You can still take the measurements and you can still cut them into strips. Everything will be okay. Don't be afraid. Let's assemble, yeah? You're not gonna use all of this egg white, so if you wanna like just take out a little bit and reserve the rest. Let's start with chocolate, strawberry, and then vanilla. A light brush of egg white. They stick together if you just use a little bit on top. And then the next, let's go with vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. So quiet. Stop looking at me. You know, that's why I keep trying to make small talk and I'm turning red. Here's a log all around. What we're gonna do is wrap it up with plastic wrap and let it chill. Let things adhere to each other for a minute, but technically you can just cut this and bake it. If you want to assemble this before the holidays, you're fine to just go ahead and make it, and then at this point you can freeze it and take it out, let it thaw, and then slice and bake when you're ready. And cut. The dough logs have been chilled. I'm now going to slice and bake them. I want you to cut about 1/3 of an inch thick slice, and you'll end up with these really cute little doughs. It's so cute. It's like a sweater.
It seems so satisfying to cut.
It is very satisfying to cut. Here's one log done, and you'll get about 24 per log. If it's not perfect on one side like this, just turn it around. It's fine. Nobody's like watching you make this, except right now. We're gonna bake these cookies at 350 degrees. One more time. So now we're gonna bake the cookies at 350 degrees for 12 to 13 minutes. You're gonna rotate the pans halfway through. Okay. The cookies are ready. They are super cute. You can see that they're ready when the edges of the vanilla cookies are golden. Now we're gonna let the cookies cool a little on the tray and let them firm up a little before we transfer them to the wire racks to cool completely. It's like an 80s like Barbie dress pattern. It reminds me of that. It's so cute. It's delicious. You taste every flavor. Here's the chocolate. Goes great with the coffee. I have a little coffee aftertaste. It's perfect. Let's try the strawberry. Distinct strawberry flavor. Just now, Phoebe said it tastes like a fruit roll-up. I like that description. Let's try the vanilla. Tastes like vanilla. Not a bad thing. I like vanilla ice cream. You know the recipe, when you open it up, it may read a little long and it can seem a little daunting. But as you can see here, it's actually not that difficult. And the reward is just so satisfying. You get a giant tray of cookies, and I really hope you make them. If you want to find this recipe and all of the other cookie recipes, just go to NYT Cooking and leave me a good comment. Please. Okay. We're done. Check, please.